Hello and what is up, everybody? Welcome back to another live cast. This is game 2 between Team Secret and LGD Gaming in the Summit 7 semifinals. Winner of this goes to the grand finals. Loser gets sent to the lower bracket to play against the winner of, what is it, Team NP and DC, I think? Something like that. But anyway, I didn't catch the draft this time because I was watching a D2 Bowie video. Feels bad, man, but alright. I'm slightly more informed about how to play AM. So, alright, there's that there, but we're going to lose out on the draft analysis. But I'll do a bit of a commentary on that as I look at the drafts here real quick. So, it looks like Team Secret got their Bristleback this time around, as well as their Venomancer. So, they saw how well Death Ball strategy worked against LGD in the last game, and they're going to just go all in for that pretty much in this game. They have the Bristleback, Venomancer, those heroes are going to shove down the towers, and then they have Troll Warlord in the mid lane on mid one, and he's going to be able to claim them Roshan, as well as take towers very quickly as well. As for the supports, we got Puppy on the Ancient Apparition. That's going to provide them the extra burst they need in these ganks. I mean, AA and Venomancer are very cancerous to play against. If you ever get hit by the ultimate and the AA ult, you're pretty much dead. You're a goner. You're not surviving. Nice D ward there from Yapsor, catching the sentry blocking their mid camp. We saw mid one ran straight into maybe there, and they did get a ward down. I don't know if it was spotted out or not. I'm assuming it wasn't. They still have one ward, right? Who has the ward? They get dewarded? Or Secret's wards? I wasn't paying attention. It might have been dewarded. Where are LGD's wards? Alright, so LGD has one ward. Why does it feel like both teams only have one ward? What happened to the other one? Oh, here it is. I'm fucking blind. Here's LGD's first ward. It looks like Secret's other ward got dewarded. Assuming this one. Alright, so I don't know if it just went crazy for a second there, but I haven't eaten anything yet. But anyway, let's get right into the game here. We do have Ame on the Weaver, going to be supported by Yao. As for the mid lane, we have Maybe and Victoria once again on the Night Stalker. Did not work out for LGD in the last game, and they're going to try it again. But once again, all of these heroes on the side of Secret, fairly hard for a Night Stalker to take down. They have the slows and the disables. I would say he would have a slightly better time this game, because there's no super tanky hero like a Dragon Knight other than the Bristleback here. But he just best leave the Bristleback alone and go for the Troll or Venomancer. But even then, Venomancer, you might kill him, but he will get a counter kill for sure. And same thing can be said for Bristol. So just hard to deal with lineup for LGD, and we'll see how they respond to it. As we saw Victoria start in the mid lane a little bit here, and they're actually looking to find a kill onto Kezi while he's still level 1. That is when Bristleback is his most vulnerable, and they're going to try to go for a dive here, but he gets his salve off. Going to be immediately cancelled pretty much by Yao and Ame. They're going to dive deep for this one into the trees, but he's starting to stack up on the cold sprays a little bit, but not enough, and they will secure first blood. And Victoria will actually get a kill this time around on a Night Stalker, compared to the last game where he was just feeding kills away to Secret. So they're already off to a better start than they were last game. Maybe still having a rough time in this mid lane. Just open up the last hits real quick, and he's pretty far behind mid one at this point as there's a dual lane coming into him. Puppy just popping on that chilling touch and buffing up the right clicks, doing a ton of damage to this low HP Puck. And I didn't mention much about Old 11, but he's going to be on Enigma in this game in the off lane. And so as Enigma does, he's going to be farming up the medium camp a little bit here. And it does not look like they're going to send any help to Mason, or fuck, used to Mason playing the Venomancer, but MP I mean. He's going to be left solo pretty much. Yapsor is roaming. Puppy is sitting in the mid lane. He roamed to get a bounty rune real quick there, but he's going to head straight back to support mid one. So it's like the safe lane is in mid for Secret at this point, while and off lane. Technically, MP is just off on his own, and I don't think they're going to send any help. They're going to let him do his own thing up here with the Enigma. Meanwhile, a fight breaks out in the bottom lane. They're going to go into Kezu, And do they have enough damage? He had a stick and he'll be able to get away. Now he did a ton of damage with his Crow Spray. It's going to force Yao back. He will have to pop his kinetic field to stop Yapster from chasing. Yapster's already used all his spells, so there's no way he was going to go down. He'll have to TP back to base to heal up. And they will force the Bristle back, but this time it will not be a kill. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, maybe looking like he's catching up a little bit here with mid one. I think Puck versus Troll 1v1 is going to favor Puck a little bit, but with the help of AA, they're definitely equalizing the mid lane here for mid one. While in the top lane, I'm not so sure about this matchup, but I'm sure it's relatively even. Enigma can be a bit annoying for Venomancer to deal with because he can just deny the range creeps similar to a Lich, but as we see MP now, he's going to go for a lot of harasser onto 11 with his Venomous Gale, but not going to be able to kill him, of course, as he has boots. He's going to be able to get away. Maybe holding onto his courier in the mid lane right now. I'm assuming he wants to bottle crow it, but no one has money to buy the courier yet. That's unfortunate. The Night Stalker does, but it's Disruptor's job to buy the courier, so he doesn't have the money, and they'll have to wait for it a little bit there. It's gonna be a bit annoying for maybe, but they're gonna go for another fight here as nighttime hits. They will get another kill there onto Kezu, but as I said, Bristleback is a hero that if you do kill him, you tend to have to give away a kill. Maybe multiple kills of your own as well, as he does a ton of damage being taken down with his Crow Sprays. So it will be a 1-for-1 trade, but technically a support for a core there. And we're going to see nighttime hit for LGD, and they're getting kills finally, unlike last game. And in terms of draft versus draft, I still like LGD's draft a little bit more this game. They have Puck, which is going to be very hard for Secret to track down this game. They don't have any direct disables for him, and as long as maybe plays good, doesn't get caught out in like a ult or anything like that, he should be able to survive in all these fights. And I'm sure Secret once again have the death ball, but just because of how the early game are going for LGD at this point, and not only that is Secret have a lot weaker heroes against a Night Stalker. They still have decent heroes against Night Stalker, but not as good as they had last game. They had a lot of stuns last game, where in this game they have slows and things like that, but in terms of just raw stuns and disables, they're definitely a little bit lacking in that field right there. And we're going to see Ame just farm up this bottom lane. Looks like he's receiving a relative free farm down here. And pretty good for Weaver. Has his magic wand up. It's going to be very good against the Bristleback. And it looks like Kezu will go for a Soaring build, something that's been pretty popular for Bristleback players, just to make sure he always has the mana. And just look at the fat stacks that they have here for Kezu already. Just gonna miss. Oh, he got it actually, barely. Gets the 4 stack right there. And speaking about that, we're gonna see Ame coming. He wants to kill here onto Yapster as he's picked himself a DD rune, but Yapster gonna go with the lift up. He's gonna get himself away. The damage from the German attack was not quite enough. And we look at the stacks here as well. That's a 3 stack, I think. Yep, 3 stack there, 4 stack there. Bristleback, when he farms that, is going to be fat. And MP, of course, Venomancer can actually farm that as well. He's pretty good at taking out Ancients. He needs to get his wards set up and slowly work them down. It does help out if you get something like a Medallion as well, so he can focus down the big creeps, or any creep in general. And alright. Troll will rotate into the jungle now to give the mid lane a little bit to Puppy, but as a result, they're going to go for a dive here. And as I said, Secret's heroes are going to be a lot more susceptible to those Night Stalkers we see there, as well as the Puck. This time around, Puck has a lot more disables, of course, than a Queen of Pain does. She just has the nuke damage, but she can't lock anyone down, as we see there. They go in with a deep dive there onto Puppy. Meanwhile, Kezu went down in the bottom lane as well. While we turn back to the mid lane, we see them have a hard time catching down. Maybe he goes down super low, but he just orbs away, and they do lose the Disruptor, but maybe survives, and he's going to shrine up with his Night Stalker here. While in the top lane, Enigma with a solo kill on to MP with a black hole. And that's what's going to happen when you're laning against Enigma. At some point, he decides to pull the trigger, and you're just dead. He had his Eidolon stacked up as well, and poor MP is going to take a lot of damage to his tower as well. No catapult, so it's not going to be that much damage, but he's going to resummon his Eidolons here. He has the cool underwater Eidolons, while in the bottom lane, oh my, Bristleback going down once again. Victoria finding his plays. And remember, when I was casting LG yesterday, they were a team that is really good at adapting and making adjustments to the enemy team's playstyle within the series itself. And we saw it against NP. We saw it against, was it VP? VP? I think it was VP. I forgot. I'm pretty sure it was VP. But they definitely made an adjustment after game 1 in terms of their draft and how they're going to play the game. And they're looking a lot better here against Secret. If you look at the net worth real quick here, they're going to be about a 2,000 net worth advantage. And all they have to do now is contest these stacks. And I mean, sure, Bristleback is good at farming stacks, but not a level 4 Bristleback. And this is going to set Secret back pretty far here. As we see here, Kezu is continuing to be harassed out. He just can't get anything. They've put pressure on him since he was level 1, and at this point, it's 9 minutes in the game almost, and he's only level 4 onto this Bristleback. This is actually incredibly bad for Secret, because once again, they have the snowball lineup. And if they can't snowball, and I don't know what they actually do. It is daytime, so they have a little bit of a lull here, while LGD is probably not going to play as aggressive with this daytime online. But once next nighttime hits here for the Night Stalker, expect him to start running at Secret once again. Kezu finally will get to his level 5, but he doesn't have boots yet. Poor Bristleback. Well, on the top lane, 11 just gonna take down a tower. It actually was denied by MP, so nice play from him there. But how are they gonna answer to this Enigma? He has his Midas and about 100 gold, and maybe farming fairly well himself as well in the mid lane. Was behind the troll and is still behind the troll a little bit, but Puck is not really a farm dependent. He just needs levels. He's up to level 9. Where that's the troll, there should be about, oh no, he's about a whole level up on the troll because of the kills that he's gone, or the 1 kill that he's gone. As for Troll, he's been farming the jungle a little bit here. He's trying to go for a Vlad's in the bottom lane. Kezu getting a little bit of space as it is daytime. Night Stalker can't really dive as deep. They're going to just pull to the side, try to get Night Stalker to his level 6 and get that darkness onto him. Meanwhile, Ame just taking out a illusion root, and oh no, Yaps are in a lot of trouble. He does have lift, he can use it here. And he doesn't have spell steal, so he can't take the Sakuchi, and oh, Ami actually running into a little bit of trouble here. He actually Sakuchi'd before time-lapsing, so he might be in a bit of trouble. Nah, he gets out just fine. Weaver, such a slippery hero, and once again, Secret lacking the disables. They have no stun other than the lift. And, or Troll just bashing someone, but I mean, you can't depend on that. He didn't even go for multiple points in Berserker's Raid, so the bash doesn't last that long at this point. And once again, the slow from MP gonna do absolutely nothing against a Puck or a Weaver. So this is quite troubling for Secret at this point in time, and I don't actually know how they come back in this one. This is looking to just be a straight stomp from LGD of how things are going, just because of Secret's lineup. I mean, this is their comeback mechanism, right? But these are easily contested by LGD, and if you look, they don't actually have a vision. They have the vision here, but they don't have a vision over here, watching over this camp. So maybe they're gonna be able to farm this, but once again, it's a level 5 Bristleback with no boots. He doesn't have his Vanguard. This is gonna be pretty hard, but he actually managed to farm it all right. What an OP hero. That was just the stacks adding up. He's gonna be able to farm it actually. That's a lot of gold going to him. They still have these bottom stacks that LGD can contest, but this is a big win for Secret, and they're able to take these stacks uncontested while it was still daytime, of course. Nighttime will hit now as the darkness was used by Victoria, but it's already gone. The stat. 11 wants to find a kill here. He has Black Hole available, but does not want it to be stolen by Yapser. As soon as he sees him right there, he's gonna just back away. And Victoria, what are you doing here? He's deep in the enemy side of the map. He's gonna fly over the trees. Alright, Night Stalker. There you go. And looks like LGD wants to push for a fight in the mid lane. And oh, Yapser gets an issue on. That means they can use Black Hole without fear of it being stolen. And they're gonna get a kill here onto mid. When he turns around, oh, he wants to kill. Oh, that was a close one. But 11 manages to survive, and they're gonna take out this mid tier 1. There's going to be another tower for LGD. In the meantime, Yao was just sapping his level 6 on the bottom lane. He'll have it for the next fight. They won't have Black Hole, however. Secret is still reeling from how this early game went. and Puppy is not even level 6 yet. He's gonna have it after this wave, but they're taking damage to their tier 2 at this point. Top lane, they're trying to go for the split push, while MP, oh no, he just tries to TP away aggressively, but he's gonna get glimpsed back into a static storm, and he's gonna go down with the rotation coming in from LGD. Very fast movement from them there, and they're gonna lose MP. And this is gonna buy some time for KheZu to farm the stack maybe. If he can get this off cleanly, this is another big win for Secret. This is a lot of gold going in towards him. They do see the stack is being done, of course, as they have a ward here, and they're gonna make their way over. Weaver can send his bugs in and try to steal them, but KheZu's also really low. He might just go for the kill there onto KheZu. Oh, there he goes. And there's the bugs. He's gonna die for this one. He did get his armor taken away from the ancient creep, but it's not gonna matter. They're gonna come in. Oh no, he gets hit by the ice blast though. Nice lift from Victoria as well, but he does get the time lapse back. That's gonna heal him up. Time lapse does not get affected by the ice blast there, so Ame manages to survive. They get a kill onto Yapsor. They kill Puppy as well, and he wants to steal the stack. Oh, he's getting the creeps there. It's the big creeps as well. There's one big creep. There's another one. Oh, that was a small creep, right? I'm not so sure. There's still this. Are these big? They're both big golems. So these creeps actually are worth a lot of gold. And with Secret coming back in, LGD was a little bit too low, and they might come back in here. No, they're not. They're gonna give it away. So he will get the kills there in the last two big creeps. So it's about 200 gold for him. Not bad, but overall still a big win for LGD, and they're looking for more here. MP, where is your escape? He gets glimpsed back into the static storm. They don't want to get hit by the poison nova, and they're going to go for more here, and as a result of silencing up that Venomancer, they're not going to get poisoned, so they're going to dive deep for this one. There's also DD rune here onto Ame since Tsukuchi is stolen, but the lift is down. There's no disable for Secret anymore, but they're not going to dive any further. Just going to push out the wave, clear out these Venomancer wards, and go back to farming. They don't have their ultimates quite yet. Static Storm was used, Black Hole is still on a cooldown, so they're going to back away. They do have Dream Coil, however, so they're ready to fight soon. They're just going to heal up, pick up their items, and probably resume fighting, as it is still nighttime for another about 40 seconds for LGD. You look at Ami's build here, he's went straight into Diffusal Blade. I think it's very good against Secret now. Just the extra slow mana burn as well, hurting these heroes pretty hard, as they are reliant on their spells. Some of them really like heroes like Bristleback. I mean, he doesn't really do much without his Cold Spray, as it's literally his only ability at this point. So if he's not able to use his only ability, and his mana pool is fairly low as well, he's not going to do much in the fight. And you look at that, they just get right in there, kill Puppy casually, and you look at maybe he will most likely survive this. You see him, and oh, maybe not. He's taking a lot of damage, and he's ticking down to the Veil as well. Alright, they're actually... Oh, whoa. He gets away, but he will tick down to the damage, so... It's unfortunate for him that he got caught out by the Poison Nova there, but as I said before, that's pretty much the only way he's gonna die this game, is if he gets literally just caught in Venomancer's cancer. I mean, if he can just avoid that, I mean, he is gonna slip away every time, pretty much. Speaking about that, Victoria comes in there with Ame, finds a kill there onto KheZu, and KheZu is 0 and 6 at this point. Oh my god. And someone just followed me and it showed up on my recording. What the fuck? My cock, 420. We're awful. Alright, anyway. I didn't turn off my Twitch alerts, because they actually still work when I'm not actually streaming. It's just how it works. That's funny. But shout out to my Twitch stream if you guys haven't been catching that. Twitch.tv/hotsheetgod. But anyway, let's get back to the game and the cast at hand here. The score will be 16-3 at this point in time. LGD turning the series right around, making Secret look silly with their draft right now. They've completely just run them down with the Night Stalker. They're like, the Night Stalker didn't work in the first game, we'll adjust, we know what to do. And now they're punishing Secret with this Night Stalker. He looked useless in the first game, but now he's dominating. 8-1 and 4. He gets another kill there on the Puppy, and he's building into a pipe that's going to be very good against the Secret lineup. Yao might go down here in the bottom lane. Indeed he will. Of course, maybe gets himself away. The slow will not affect him. As I said before, Kezu gonna go into a pipe of his own. Fairly good pickup for him in terms of increasing his survivability. But look at what Ame is doing right now. He's just taking over the game. Mid one, very poor on this Troll Warlord, regardless of his last hits. I guess not. Oh, never mind. He has a lot of gold in his inventory. He just doesn't have much on him at this point. He's right up there in the net worth as well. He is Secret's top net worth, and he is their way back into the game. Once again, they're still farming up these ancient stacks, so Secret actually is getting a lot of the map once these daytimes hit, and LGD is not really playing as aggressively as they are during the night. But if you look at the net worth in general, they're still pretty far ahead. In terms of late game draft, I do think Secret's late game is fairly strong. They do lack disable, so they need like a hex or some type of disable onto somebody. Because if they don't just hit their abilities, and by abilities I mean like big Venomancer ultimate onto multiple heroes, and it's not going to be enough for them to take these team fights with what they have alone, unless Yapster steals Black Hole or something crazy like that. But I'm sure that 11 will make sure that he doesn't even use Black Hole until Yapster is dead or has committed his spell steal already, or is just incapable of stealing it and he's silenced or something like that. And we do see Kezu get glimpsed back into his static storm there, but he's showing his tankiness now, as the ancient stacks definitely help him out there in terms of his farm. He actually has items now, and mid one actually building straight into a blink so we can get on top of LGD. He realizes that between all the abilities that they have, he needs to just get on top of somebody and dish out the damage. Otherwise, no one is dying from LGD. They have a slippery cast of characters right here. And now Secret, with the Blink Dagger purchased onto mid one, they're going to actually push down the mid lane, as they know that the Static Storm is still on cooldown. Of course, they still have to watch out for the Dream Coil and the Black Hole. And looking at maybe he's actually built into a Dagon. He does get caught out here. Does not get hit by the Veil though, and he's just going to get away. Oh, maybe not. A lift from Yapster catches him out, and there you go. Nice smoke, but ooh, huge 3-man Black Hole. Yapster doesn't have spell steal available. He's already used it on the puck, and will they be able to turn this around and get some kills? Mid one getting clicked down by Victoria. Enigma meanwhile has already fallen, and Kezu's still pretty healthy here. They did take out mid one, but will they be able to get anyone else? MP is extremely low. Ame trying to chase down for the kills. He has to watch out. Yapster with the phase shift. He's gonna come out, and with the lift, he turns it around. Double kill for Yapster. Didn't steal Black Hole there, but he will still be making plays with what he's taken there. Now with the Sakuchi, he's looking for more. Victoria, however, will try to search for him. Now the Ice Blast coming in will not hit onto Victoria, but Victoria almost out of mana, doesn't have a TP scroll. He's in a lot of trouble here. MP gonna blink himself away. All Victoria has is room for one more spell, and there's a lip from Yapsor, and it's gonna seal his fate. Secret somehow turning around this game off of an amazing gank there onto the puck. Really caught maybe off guard there, and ideally he had like a Yules or something, but he went for a lot greedier build with the Dagon. Did not help him out there at all. Really well set up fight there with the lift. They were able to combo into the damage, and that was an easy kill for LGD. And you think that maybe we would build a little more defensive against the only item or only ability on the side of LG that can really give him a problem, which is the Rubik lift. And it's actually a lot of pressure onto Yapstor to make these plays, as if he ends up being low impact on this Rubik in this game, it's going to be an easy win for LGD, but he is showing why Rubik is one of his better heroes. Of course, remember at was it Epicenter with the sick plays onto Rubik? He's showing it here once again at the Summit 7. Once again, they get another kill there onto Disruptor, and Secret are making a comeback into this game. MP built into the Veil. I mean, he has the blink to get him in position. He has the Veil to amplify his damage, and he went Boost Travel just so he can split push a little bit. Not too much though, as there is a decent amount of pickup from LGD, especially during night. But the extra move speed is nice. Did he go for the move speed talent? Nope. Actually went for the experience gain without Midas. Interesting. Mid one did go for his blink. Now he's on his way to his Sanjin Yasha, and that's gonna help him give himself a little bit of extra tank. We see maybe, not maybe, Ame go into a Dragonlance now, and they're going to go for Roshan with another DD rune onto him. That's like his 3rd or 4th DD rune this game. Ice Blast going to come out though, and that's going to stop them in their tracks. They're going to back away from Roshan. Meanwhile, Kezu is pushing down the mid lane. MP is in the area as well, and they're looking to try to contest Roshan here, and I don't think that LGD want to continue to do it. And Puppy going to push up pretty aggressively in the mid lane. He was spotted out by this LGD ward, and he will get away. They place a ward down. It was spotted out by LGD. Their sentry doesn't manage to catch it though, unfortunately. Now Kezu continuing to act as a frontliner for his team here. He wants them to go onto him, as he is quite tanky now with the Vanguard as well as the Hood, but instead he's going to back away and farm up a little bit on these Ancients, as mid one is not quite ready for a fight. But LGD is looking for a fight though, as they're smoked up right now. They're looking for a fight here, but oh no, Victoria gets initiated on. He eats the Ice Blast. He's fairly tanky as he does have the pipe, but he looks like he will go down here. Static Storm comes out, only will hit onto the Troll. Now they're going to get the Gale there onto 11. He tries to TP away. He will not get away, and once again, another win for Secret, and they're turning this game around. I don't actually know how this is possible, but they're putting LGD in a position where they feel uncomfortable, and they went for that engagement onto the high ground. Not really the best move there, and LGD has done a good job in the early game so far, but once the mid game hits, Secret is making a comeback. It's looking similar to the game against DC, where they had the Bristleback as well there, and now they're going to be able to walk into Roshan and take it out, with LGD still dead onto 3 heroes. It's daytime as well. There's the Aegis for mid 1, and they're going to be able to zone. Oh no, the Glimpse back. Oh, he's going to be able to get away with his orb still. Nice play from Maybe there, but Yaps are making the plays in this game. His lifts have been on point, always comboed into the Ice Blast as well, and at that point, there's no escape for LGD, as their heroes are still fairly squishy. Here's the glimpse onto Kezu, but he doesn't get caught in the kinetic field. He walks right out. Now they have to watch out for the Ice Blast. Ice Blast will not connect, and Secret gonna get themselves back. Mid one gonna farm up this top lane. He's pretty fat now. He's almost to his Sanjin Yasha, and once he has that, he's fairly tanky. And I think the big timing for Secret here is the BKB onto the Troll. Then he can really run a train onto LGD. All they have to watch out for is the Black Hole, and I think Yapsor has that handled. He can just play patient, make sure that he stays in the back, and especially once he gets his Ags, LGD has to watch out at all times to make sure that they don't get hit by a stolen Black Hole, because if that happens, the fight is for sure over. And I think their cancer draft working out for them so far. It's giving LGD a hard time, because of this Venomancer able to just spew his cancer everywhere. The Ice Blast coming in as well, making it pretty difficult for LGD to fight, as they have fairly squishy heroes. No really big tank on their side, and we'll see that maybe does go into a Yule's now. That help him out in terms of avoiding Secret spells a little bit more here, but I don't think this Dagon was the right purchase for sure. It literally has done nothing so far. It's just a big waste of gold, I would say, for Maybe. I think he thought they were a lot further ahead than they were, and just wanted to go a Dagon to go some more flashy kills, some solo kills. But now Secret are grouped up. They get a kill there onto Disruptor. Ame will come in and get that kill there onto Puppy. He has to get himself away, as he is under the effective Ice Blast, and he's already used his ultimate as well. In the meantime, Maybe is pushing into the top lane here with 11, and Maybe he's actually just going to commit to the Dagon. He's like, I spent about 3,000 gold on this, might as well commit. But we see Yapsor TP in. He's behind the trees, ready to strike. And did he see where Maybe went? No, he did not. So Maybe going to be able to blink into the trees and get away. They do get the tower deny. Maybe going to TP out. 11 is going to stick around. In the meantime, Ame pushing out the mid lane. What item is he going to go next? He's building into a Desolator. That's going to increase his damage for sure. And they still have to watch out for this Weaver. He is dishing out a ton of damage at this point. And if he isn't locked down, or they don't have anything to deal with him, he can just clean up the fight. Except for this Bristleback. Bristleback will give him a little bit of a hard time. Alright, Enigma. He's building directly to deal with Yapzor here. He doesn't want to get his ultimate stolen. He's built a Lincoln Sphere. He's going to go into a BKB next, and at that point he can black hole without the fear of being stolen by Yap. And Kezu has a full pipe now. It's going to help out his team. He went for a more support-oriented Bristleback build. It's still a pretty standard Bristleback build, especially for offlane Bristle. And he's building into a Solar Crest next. Going to help out against the Weaver. And Ame going to get himself a Haste rune now. He's been taking a lot of the runes on the map, as maybe he's not really been playing active near the runes, giving the runes away to Weaver. Of course, DD rune a lot better onto the Weaver than a Puck. And I mean, Haste rune not bad on Weaver, as I mean, he's gonna move fast for sure at that point. Maybe buying into his Dagon. Now he's up to Dagon 2, but I'm not so sure what he can really do with it. He can blow up the squishy heroes like Ancient Apparition, I guess, but the Troll starting to be a little bit more beefy now. Of course, they always have the no field aura, so that's going to help them in terms of magic resistance, and they have a pipe as well, so magic damage isn't really the way to go here, but I mean, that's how Puck builds anyway. But I'd like to see like other things coming out from him. I feel like Aghanims could be pretty great for him in this game. Hex, maybe. I mean, maybe not. I don't know. I'm not a Puck player, but it just doesn't feel like Dagon has done anything. But because he did purchase it fairly early, right after his blink, he's gonna commit to it. Just might as well, right? Maybe we'll be, or mid one, we'll be building into his BKB next. Yapzor did have the TB back to defend their top tier 3 against these Eidolons. He does have his completed Aghanims now, and that's going to allow him to make some big plays. But in the meantime, they saw that. Alright, maybe you're never on the Dagon. There's the Dagon making some magic happen there against a Troll Warlord, and they catch out MP as well. Pretty big error from Secret. They played a little bit too laid back there, and not expecting a gank come in from LGD. They're gonna lose 3 actually. Ice Blast comes in onto Ame though. He has to be careful. Yapzor comes in with the lift. The Sakuchi as well. He secures the kill there onto Weaver. Puppy will go down. Kezu is still fine and healthy. He's actually gonna turn this one around. He wants to kill onto Yao. Yapzor doesn't have the lift, so Yao will get away. Now Yapzor actually in a lot of trouble here. The Dagon comes out. He gets silenced up. He's gonna get clicked down from Victoria. That's a double kill for him. Only survivor will be this Bristleback. They duels up in the air. They can't kill him though. He's way too tanky, and they're gonna push in through the mid lane with the catapult and most likely get this tower. They lose the Weaver, but they clean up. And yeah, as soon as Yapzor showed in that top lane, LGD were ready to strike. They knew that Secret weren't as 5, and that was an easy pick off onto the Troll, and that snowballed into 4 kills for LGD. So despite the comeback for Secret, LGD is still looking strong in this game, and Secret can't really afford another one of those. If they give another big fight like that away to LGD, especially without the black hole even being used there, that could be their racks in danger, as I think they do have a point where they're not going to fall off, as I feel like their late game is still fairly strong, but LGD do have a timing to end the game, and LGD's late game is no joke either, especially if the Disruptor actually gets up some items somehow. And we do see the Night Stalker build into Halberd now. That's gonna be very good against a Troll Warlord, who does have his BKB coming out, but of course if you get the Halberd before the BKB, that's not gonna do anything. And that's probably the ideal scenario, right? And we see MP building into a Aghanims now. That's going to be a lot of damage for him in terms of his ultimate. There's no BKBs coming out from LGD yet, but I think once those comes out, I mean, that's only hero that will build BKB in this game is maybe Night Stalker or the Weaver, or of course Enigma, but he's actually not even going to build into a BKB. He thinks Lincoln's is enough. He's going for Ags instead, and at that point, it's a lot of damage when he black holes. Especially onto the Bristleback. The percentage-based damage is no joke. And once again, LGD going for another smoke. Ame going to be left pushing in through the mid lane, but while the rest of the 4 heroes looking for a pickoff. And they have Dagon 3 now on the puck, and they're going to run straight into mid one. And Mid one without his BKB. Oh, they don't catch him in time, so he's gonna be able to get away. He picks up his BKB. He nearly avoids that gank from LGD. Very good for Secret there. That mid one didn't get caught out there, and he's going to be farming through the mid lane now. In terms of net worth, we see that 11 actually is going to be at the top with his Midas on Enigma. He's farming a lot in this game, and net worth overall is fairly even. LGD with about a 5,000 net worth advantage. Not really that much at this point in time, and it doesn't look like they can get anything done during this nighttime. Secret is doing a good job of avoiding them at this point, and I don't think LGD won't get anything done. Nope, it's going to be daytime, and 3 minutes of daytime pretty much to come for Secret to do what they want. They can go for a smoke gank, or they can just use it to farm up. I think they do want to fight soon. They have a fresh BKB on the troll. They have Aghanims as well onto MP. They're just looking for an opportunity to find a fight. But LGD playing pretty safe. They're not splitting anyone off. If you look at maybe, he's the furthest one from the team, but he's the hardest hero to track down, of course. And he will be pressuring into this tier 2. This is going to put Secret in a pretty weird position. They're either going to have to give this tower away, which I think they will, as they don't want to move too far away from Roshan at this point. They know it's spawning very soon, and if you look at the timer, it is spawning in 3 seconds. There's even a DD rune for them. And they drop a Serpent Ward, or another Plague Ward, into the Rosh Pit to scout it out, and it will scout out Roshan just spawning, and they're going to walk in and try to take it. Eidolon does scout out Roshan, so LGD knows what's going on, and Secret have to watch out. If they get caught by a big Dream Coil or Black Hole here, they're in a lot of trouble. Troll Warlord is taking it down very fast, though, with the Nasal Glue. He has a DD rune, of course, as well. He's going to pop the Troll ultimate. They're going to send in the Eidolons to scout out the HP of Roshan. They're sending in the Serpent, or the Plague Wards, to scout out LGD on the high ground. And, oh, what? Mid one actually going to blink in aggressively. He finds 11. Oh, no. 11 will commit the Black Hole, but he just takes it down to MP. And it's a huge move from mid one there. Aggressive play, but it works out. And now there's no Enigma for this fight. They're going to get Roshan for sure. And the rest of LGD have to just back away. 11 was not expecting that play out of the troll, but it will catch him off guard, and he's going to go down, giving away a big Roshan, as well as the Aegis, of course, and Cheese to Secret. And once again, it is daytime for another 40 seconds with Enigma dead for 30. They're looking to play aggressively, and this Blink Dagger on mid one paying off heavily here, as he's going to find Victoria. Can they get the bash? There's the bash. Victoria dead without buyback for 60 seconds. Uh-oh. LGD's Rax is in danger at this point. Kezu had to TP back, but he has boots to travel. Or he had to walk back. I might have TP'd. I think he walked. But he will defend against the split push coming out from Ame, while the rest of his team pushing in through mid. They want to take a tier 3 and not maybe Rax. At least they want to force a buyback. And once again, mid one blinking in aggressively straight onto Disruptor. Oh no, he's going to go down. Yapster came in with him as well. He's going to finish him off with the Fade Ball. Now this tier 3 is dead for sure. In the meantime, Kezu is still busy in the bottom lane a little bit, but as he realizes his team just got to pick off, he's going to TP in. Dagon keeping mid one back a little bit, but of course he does have the Aegis. He still has the BKB as well. The Serpent Wards are stacked. I keep calling Serpent Wards. Plague Wards are stacking up, and it's going to be a Rax for Secret. What an incredible turnaround for Secret in this game. Their early game was looking disastrous. What was the score? 16-3 at some point, but after a couple of good team fights, really good smoke ganks and plays from Secret, they turned this game around, and now LGD looking like they're in a lot of trouble. There is still an Aegis and Cheese on the side of Secret, and that's an Aegis and Cheese on heroes that are already hard to kill. Venomancer or the Bristleback. It looks like they're going to give it to Venomancer, as he's slightly more susceptible of going down than the Bristle. I think Bristle is nigh unkillable at this point. He's built into a Solar Crest. He's moving very quickly with the boots of travel, and he can even just build his Vanguard into a Crimson Guard. That's going to give his team a lot of armor, but Secret feeling pretty confident now. You look at Yapster, he's fat Rubik. He has a Yule Scepter, he has Aghanims, and he's had it for a while, of course, and they're just looking to push down the lanes now. MP going in through bottom here. It's going to find illusion runes, so just gonna use that to cut the creep wave real quick. They want to take out these tier 2s most importantly, right? As they push straight in through mid, they took the tier 2 and they took the racks, but of course there's still tier 2s in the side lane, so they won't be able to claim mega creeps as they're still a tier 2 top, even if they push in straight through bottom. And mid one still farming out the mid lane. They're gonna wait for the creep wave to show. Of course, it's still very far away. In the meantime, MP is cutting off the creeps. They're looking for any type of pick off, but if you look at LGD, they're just sitting in their base. They do not want to leave. And even Ame, who is split pushing a little bit in the top lane, will go back to try to take this fight, but Yapster finds a lift here onto Victoria. The glimpse going to bring mid one all the way back to mid one, but he blinks back in, and here's the ice blast. Oh no, Victoria's in a lot of trouble. He cannot heal up, but oh, there's the black hole onto 3 from 11. Is this the start of a turnaround for LGD? They get the static storm as well, but here's the cheese from MP, leading him back up to full. Yapster goes down, Puppy goes down, but all the cores do manage to survive. MP going to go down the big Dagon from maybe, and he will get bursted there. He did get his ultimate off, so they have to watch out here. Bristleback and Troll can maybe make it. Nah, they're not going to do it. Even though these heroes are ticking down very low to the Venomancer ultimate, it's not going to be enough for them to try to take a fight 2v4. Instead, they're going to back away. They take out the tier 2 and they lose 3. They did lose their gem there. No. Kezu still has the gem, so they don't lose a gem. They use the cheese. The Aegis did expire, but oh, look at mid one. He's fairly tanky now. He has the Eye of Scotty, and he was already playing aggressively, blinking in super aggressively in this game. And at this point, with the Scotty, we can just see more of that from him. Kezu. Alright, he's like, yeah, no one wants a Crimson Guard. That's poor man's item. He's going to build straight into an Assault Cuirass, and that's going to give his team armor for sure against this Weaver, who built for pretty much pure damage. No defensive items on him. Went for the Daedalus, actually. Victoria, I did build into a Solar Crest. He's actually pretty farmed as well for a 4-position hero. He's not that far behind Yapstar at all. So in terms of net worth, it's still fairly even. Look at that, but Secret is at a Rax advantage, however. And alright, as soon as nighttime ends, they pop the darkness. They still want to go here. They see Secret in the mid lane. They might go for a jump. Meanwhile, Old 11 is camping down in the bottom lane here. He's building into Octarine. They're going to initiate here onto mid one. He did get Dagon. Took a lot of damage. He still has BKB though. And MP going to TP into the mid lane. Kezu is here as well. They're grouping up as 5. And on that, LGD going to back away, and Ame continuing to build into pure damage, going straight into an MKB. That's going to help him against a Troll Warlord if he ever gets hit by the Whirling Action, as well as the Bristleback and his evasion from the Solar Crest. 11 is still incredibly farmed as Enigma, by the way. 3rd in net worth in the game, 2nd for his team. And once he gets that Octarine, Black Hole cooldown will be fairly short at that point. We'll lower the cooldown on his Hand of Midas as well. Which is dope. Oh no. Maybe getting caught out in the top lane. Alright, he drops LGD's gem. That's unfortunate. Secret just caught him by surprise. Yapster once again with the telekinesis setting that one up. And they had the damage to burst him down. He will go down. They use the Ice Blast. They didn't. So that's going to be Q for Secret to go for another smoke. And this is actually incredibly troubling for LGD because they're missing maybe. Catapult is pushing into the top lane. So is the mid one. And if they lose any other heroes there, this might be another set of racks. It might be mega creeps actually, as the bottom lane no longer has a tier 2 to protect it. Here you go, mid one blinking in aggressively, going straight onto Disruptor. 5-5 Disruptor. And Victoria going down as well. Unfortunately, he'll be able to get the Halberd off to keep him alive for a little bit longer. Mid one actually taking a lot of damage here from Ame. Do not underestimate this Weaver. He's hitting like a truck. And look at the damage he's able to do there onto Puppy. He did have to back away. He did not want to die. Meanwhile, 11 is being zoned by the Bristleback. He can't come in for a black hole. And if he does, there is not really that much follow-up other than Ame, of course, as they're the only two alive. So it looks like Secret going to back away a little bit now. Mid one did shine up. No, he finds himself a regen rune. What a lucky rune for Secret. He's going to heal back up pretty much to full, if not to full. And they're actually going to transition instead of into Assault Cuirass, because you're going to buy a full Radiance, and they're going to go high ground. They're going to have to be careful of the black hole, though. And we did see how much damage that mid one can take there once a Dagon comes out from Puck. So Dagon working out, but no, they initiate straight onto the Enigma. He's taking a lot of damage. Black hole comes out, but here's the stolen black hole from Yapzor. It hits onto 2, and Puck will go down. Night Stalker is still dead. He's still respawning. Puck goes down, and he is dead without buyback. Ame did have to buy back here. They buy back Enigma as well, but with no black hole, what is he gonna do? And meanwhile, Disruptor just goes down. He's already committed to Static Storm. I mean, there's not much you can do in this fight anymore, but Secret are looking like they're going to take this game. They're playing super aggressively here. If Ame goes down, this is for sure game. And he goes down there. Kezu taking him out. He was playing so deep in enemy base. They might take out Enigma as well. Victoria goes down, and they're going to call GG. LGD going to be sent to the lower bracket, while Secret will find them a spot in the grand finals of the Summit 7. This was looking like LGD had it from what a disastrous early game that Secret had, but the big thing about that was I talked about this in the game where they were able to actually farm those big ancient stacks. LGD contested it a little bit, but they were still able to get most of the creeps there onto Bristleback, and that allowed him to become fat. And once he was hard to kill for LGD, they kind of weren't able to dive anymore like they did in the early game when they were fighting against a level 4 Bristle, with a Bristle up to like level 9, I think, at that point, with a Vanguard as well as a Hood. He was a lot harder to take down, and that baited LGD into some bad fights, allowed Secret to turn around. Most notably, they were able to get Roshan, and you have to give it to Yapzor for this game. His lifts were super on point, and mid one as well for initiating with Yapzor, getting the damage out onto the Troll Warlord, playing super aggressively. Those two were able to set up kills when LGD thought they were safe, and that opened up the game for Secret. Without the plays from Yapzor and Troll, Secret simply wouldn't have been able to come back in the game in the way they did. So well played to mid one, well played to Yapzor. Give it out to them, and congratulations Team Secret for this 2-0 against LGD, and we'll see them once again in the grand finals. And who will meet them there? Will it be LGD once again fighting their way back up from the losers bracket, or is it going to be another team, whether it's NP or DC? Who knows? We'll find out, as I believe this is going to be it for today. So we'll find out tomorrow, or this weekend, or tomorrow is the weekend. Find out tomorrow. So see you guys then. Well played, Team Secret, and peace out. What a game, what a comeback.